You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're grade A, number one, bona fide first class. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. And you'll be one all your dumbass life.
I've done that too, Quinn. And what I realized was when I was little, I made a decision that when I grew up, nobody's going to tell me what to do. And that turns out including myself. So every time I made some kind of decision, I would break my own rules because nobody was going to tell me what to do. And you know, really becoming aware of that has been very helpful to stop doing that to myself.
Yeah, it's I mean, when you recognize that, for sure. In my case, it's not about that. So I still haven't figured it out yet, Lonnie.
Well, maybe you need a bigger reward to get out of bed and do that thing or drink more water. I don't know. Sometimes we have to trick ourselves like children, right?
If you want a reward for drinking water, there's a book called Executive Function written by a guy who I met on LinkedIn, who sadly died now, made a great invention. And in this book, it talks about cognition. So, you know, when you feel thirsty,
Demo.
by the time you feel it, you're already 2% dehydrated. A 2% dehydration in your system is a 20% damage to your cognition. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And so essentially, and it's amazing. So essentially, because we don't notice when our brains are going wrong, because they're going wrong. So we make poor decisions, all sorts of shit. So yeah. Anyway.
Wow, that's a really good point, Jonathan. And what book was it? Executive Function?
Executive Function by Kieran Sparrowhawk.
I'll check it out. Thank you.
Right, okay. Hi there, LinkedIn family. Jonathan here from Some Talented People with the last day of our AWARE acronym for Lonnie Ray's amazing book, out probably today if this runs the way we think it's going to run. So joined again by our fabulous panel. We have Lonnie, we have Steve, and we have Quinn, and erratic dumbasses. Now, I will offer a conversation point to start with this. I think it must be that I'm becoming old and curmudgeonly. In fact, I was on a meeting the other day, and several variations of bar humbug and swearing expletive versions of bar humbug made me smile with a warmth that shows me that my heart is dead, basically. But I was walking in a supermarket, and people that just stop and twist and turn and so because I'm on a mission. I am very purposeful in everything that I do, and the meandering of so many people. I mean, let's put it this way, Lonnie. The shootout gun battle. What's his name? Max. What was the film? The desert and the
Mad Max.
Mad Max. Yeah, the Mad Max story you were telling us about is proper erratic. But yeah, I get very upset with people wandering without purpose. What's your view, Steve?
Well, I always think of erratic as the person who doesn't put working as something that's important in their life. I read this statistic and it still blows my mind, but I've been told that it's true. They say that if you want to do better than 80% of the people in the workforce show up for work. And I'm like, who doesn't show up for work, right? You know, I mean, it just seems totally, they say if you want to do better than 90% of people, show up for work on time. And if you want to do better than like 95% of people in the world, show up for work on time and ready for work. To me, that's a person that's erratic. It's like somehow their brain doesn't connect to the dots between I work and I get money. Like, I don't know. Does somebody have a money tree that I didn't get and they get to go out and pick the money off of it?
Oh, do you not have a money tree?
I don't have one. I have to work.
Oh,
You know,
mate.
maybe that's my problem.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't know. So obviously, Lonnie and Quinn kept it from you, mate. But we've all got money trees.
You know what, Steve?
Are you working for a living?
I definitely think the people that you're describing, Steve, is the people who don't love what they do. Because for the people who love what they do, they don't have this problem.
That's very true. But there's also, and I'm going to pick on my own children, because then that way I'm not picking on a generation of kids, even though my kids happen to all be in that generation. There seems to be the world owes me a living attitude towards people versus this equals that, cause and effect kind of a situation. And to me, that's the most erratic of all, is when you just kind of, are like a pinball bumping around, and hopefully somehow that's going to get you the high score.
Okay. I would cautiously offer that work is part of a full life. So, yeah, I mean, if people aren't getting up and going to work, then tough shit, basically. But erratic people that we might meet at work, I think, is possibly. Lonnie, what do you think?
Yeah, it has a lot to do with inconsistent behavior, unpredictable, unreliable, fickle, changeable, things that you really can't count on. And I think, that's what the point Steve's making. For whatever reason, these people don't want to do their job. And that doesn't change. But what we're faced with now in this clown show that we have in the world are people that are saying things that change all the time. You need, for instance, one mask, no two. Wait, we were wrong. Pick something. Come on. Like, that's really changeable stuff. And it affects a lot of people. So placing your anything, hand, heart, home, or hope in the hands of an erratic dumbass is, I don't know, don't be a dumbass, because it's not going to work out.
Then, yeah, I can see that. So can we think of some character attributes of these erratic dumbasses that will give us early warning?
Yeah. I've known people, we probably all have, that say they'll do something, I'll call you later, and they don't. They never meant it, right? Like, we've all been through that. Or, yeah, I promise I'll do so. They don't keep their word, whatever it is, whether it's a phone call or filing a report or, just let's go do something. They never really mean it. And then sometimes they'll just show up and be like, hey, how you doing? It's like, wait a second, hang on. That inconsistency is hard to count on.
There's quite a overlap in the Venn diagram between erratic and asleep at the wheel. Then, in that example, they just keep. Yeah. Okay. So, I think then we will move on till tomorrow, where we've got some SOS help tips on what to do, and Lonnie is going to be giving away a free download of some material she created for a summit last week, 17 mindset restructurings, which can help your brain to perform at a much higher level. And this book, this dumbass book, I think if you're between 15 and about 35, I'd say you probably fall into 3 or more of these categories on a regular basis. Come on. No? Am I being too hard? I'm not the one coming out with stories of the suicidal parakeet or the gun battle down the highway.